G and his homeboys to come out there and help you. Now, we don't know what really to tell you. Well, this happened in Bellevue? No, this would never happen outside of there. And not to pick on Bellevue or anything like that, but I'm just trying to make a point. How frustrated I am to discuss this story. Like,
no one wants to take responsibility.
We've been talking about that for 3 days. Every single topic we talk about is always nobody. You did. You did.
Yeah.
Who did?
I know. You know what I think we need?
Who's on first?
No, I'm not going to play that again. I cannot do that 3 days in a row. I think we need a group of specialized outreach workers who will go out, team up with police, and go to these homeless camps, work together to get those campers to accept shelter.
No!
Wait! Wait! We used to have that.
No, I'm not doing it.
We used to have that, G. It was called the navigation team. Oh, you remember the city council got rid of it?
No, I've had enough. I know what you call it. You better not have your butts over here again. That's what you do. Can we give you housing? Can we get you? Just get out of the school area. That's number one. Number two, there was a thing, because it reminded me of something. I apologize, guys. It's zero coffee, but just hear me out.
You're about ready to run out the door.
The Cairo 7 asked some of the people in the camp if anyone has offered them services, like housing. The guy, Nick Day, says, not that I've noticed. He and another guy by the name of Anthony Piper, who are living in the camp, are well aware of the tension with the neighborhood.
Yeah,
and he said,
you know why they haven't offered services? Because the city's not doing anything to even try to help anyone. We don't have a navigation team. It's COVID, so now they're saying, well, we can't do anything.
Listen to this. Quote, the best way, I think, would be for them to come out and get to know the people. That reminds me of when Ursula told me that the people said outside of her mama's house.
Yeah, they did actually say that. They said if she feels unsafe with us, which that camp is now 40. There's 40 tents in a parking strip area, right outside my mom's condo. And they said, why don't you bring your mom over here so she can meet us and then she won't feel afraid.
I tell you what. You show me the day that any of the Seattle city leaders has a homeless encampment outside of their children's school, I'll stand down and stand corrected. I bet you that won't happen.
Yeah.
I bet that won't happen.
I've yet to hear of it. I've yet to hear that. When one council member thought there was a homeless RV in front of her.
Well, that's a deeper story there. I don't know if you want to go there.
Starting tomorrow, supporters of a ballot initiative to force City Hall to focus on getting people off the streets and clearing those homeless camps can start collecting signatures tomorrow. Compassion Seattle, in case you haven't heard, is this campaign to change the city's charter temporarily, and it will require city leaders to spend more on homelessness and human services as well as shelter space. John Scholes is with the Downtown Seattle Association. He says the business community supports this.
This sets forward what we believe the approach needs to be that has been proven to work to get people inside.
Major nonprofits are also supporting this initiative, but it's going to need more than 33,000 signatures from Seattle voters to get onto the November ballot.
This needs to pass.
Yes.
This for sure needs to pass so we can alleviate some of these stories. Now, my only thing is we're going to it's called Compassion Seattle right now. My question is this, it's 2021. In 2025, are we still saying Compassion Seattle?
Well, you always have to have compassion. I think compassion needs to be there, but it needs to be compassion with some backbone.
That's what I'm saying. Because if in 2025, Ursula, if the problem is worse now than it is in 2021, then there was something wrong. It was just some compassion without some backbone, like you said.
Yeah, well, in this case, this is why hear me out. If you live in Seattle, like I do, and someone approaches you or you're looking for how can I join in on this, just remember that right now, the Seattle City Council does not have the will to recognize and address our homelessness crisis. There are only 2 open seats up for grabs this November. That means there's not going to be this huge shift on the City Council, no matter how frustrated you may be. We're also going to have a brand new mayor. So passing this ballot initiative, for me, is imperative to make sure that the city is going to prioritize getting people off the streets and out of these homeless camps and public spaces, because doing nothing can no longer be an option. So please, if you have the chance, sign the petition to get it on the ballot, and then let's vote it in. Have you been to Leavenworth lately? Okay, if you've ever been to Leavenworth, you know that the Christmas lighting is a big deal for the Bavarian Village, and if you've ever gone, you also know it gets really, really, really packed for the ceremonial countdown and then that big flip of the switch. Leavenworth has just announced that it's going to be doing away with that one big event. So now the lights will always be on during December weekends, and this reconfigured festival, which will now be called the Village of Lights. And the goal is going to be to avoid the massive crowds that make it impossible to find parking, create those traffic jams, and make a lot of tourists and residents grumpy.
I love it. I love this idea because I am one of those that gets really frustrated with traffic jams and crazy parking, and it makes me not want to go to those events. The fact that now they're going to be having something going on all throughout the month, every weekend and all that, that makes it to where you have the opportunity to go. Sometimes you can't go on that one particular date, and then if you are able to go, you're discouraged from going.
Exactly. No, I think it's a wonderful thing. If you guys haven't been to Leavenworth, go. Okay, and this is not a paid sponsorship by any means, but if you want to splurge and do something really romantic, there is this place called the Post Hotel in Leavenworth. Trust me, if you have a little extra money, you want to, be romantic like we were talking about yesterday, go there.
Yeah, but I disagree with that. Because if you really want to really be romantic, sleep in your car and you got extra money to buy other things.
Okay, well, trust me on this one. Okay, still ahead, nearly 24 states are going to stop sending the extra $300 given each week by Uncle Sam. Should Washington do the same? We'll talk about that next. You're listening to The G and Ursula Show. G and Ursula Show is brought to you by Matthew Foundation Repair.
The Tom and Curly Show.
Capitol Hill Pride bans police 2021. They have transgender cops. I think that is an interesting development and a positive sign. And if they could embrace that, they've taken a whole group of people, police officers, group them, and then shun them and stop them. And that is basically what happens to an individual that was gay, say, in the 1970s. But they will let them work. We'll use you by not allowing you in, but they will use you to protect us from somebody else that may have a problem with us. We'll use you twice.
Tom and Curly, set on your smart speakers.
Did you hear it might be 80 degrees on Monday? It is grilling weather, and if you love to grill but you don't like the hassle of replacing your propane tank, you don't like the dirt getting into your car, there is an easy solution for you, and it's called Cinch, spelled exactly like it sounds, C-Y-N-C-H. And with Cinch, you can have the fresh propane tank delivered right to your home. You don't have to haul it to the store to get a new one. All you need to do is choose your delivery date, and then Cinch will handle everything else. It is that easy and convenient. And get this, they're going to exchange any brand of tank, and if you jump on this deal today, your first tank exchange is only $10. The warm weather is coming. The days are longer now. Make sure that your barbecue grill or your patio heater is ready to go whenever you need it with Cinch. Go to cinch.com, enter the promo code Ursula, and your first tank exchange is only $10. That's cinch.com, C-Y-N-C-H.com. The Cairo radio text line is brought to you by State Roofing.
Imagine you're at the wheel of a plug-in hybrid. Now, imagine yourself in a plug-in hybrid BMW. Bingo. Imagine that this vehicle features dynamic performance with an all-electric range long enough for local trips. The BMW 330e, X3, X-Drive 30e, and X5, X-Drive 45e plug-in hybrids. Range, power, and performance that you unplug to unleash.
Visit family-owned BMW Northwest just off the freeway in Tacoma or BMWNorthwest.com.
And now here's
Growing Your Wealth, presented by Madrona Financial Services. Here's Brian Evans.
You've heard me talk about life insurance policies as an investment class to create tax-free income. I'd also throw in annuities as another topic. What I wanted to say today is there can be some very effective products out there, but some products aren't so great. Just like anything, there's some good and some bad. You may feel like you have not a great life insurance policy or not a great annuity. Is there anything you can do about that? You can do what's called a Section 1035 exchange from one insurance policy into another. So if you think that the policies that you have, whether it's annuity or life insurance, isn't really that good, you might want to get that checked out and potentially do an exchange.
Get your copy of Madrona's latest books, the Inside Retirement Investing Series. These books cover everything from the basics of retirement planning, investing, taxes, and so much more. Arm yourself with information. Call Madrona Financial Services today at 844-MADRONA for your free copy or visit madronafinancial.com.
Rick Edelman, award-winning radio host and founder of Edelman Financial Engines, takes questions on his radio show. Let's hear his advice on annuities.
Hey Rick, I'm looking for a good investment. Should I consider a fixed annuity?
Well, fixed annuities aren't really investments, they're insurance products. You'll get a fixed rate of return from them, but it might not be enough to offset taxes and inflation. Most annuity contracts require you to keep the money there for 5 to 10 years, and if you're under age 59 and a half, any withdrawals are subject to a 10% IRS penalty. You should talk, therefore, to a fee-based financial advisor to see if an annuity is right for you, not someone who makes a living earning commissions selling annuities. You want a fiduciary who puts your best interests first.
If you're looking for a trusted partner who's got your back, talk to one of our experienced financial planners by calling 888-PLAN-RICK or visit rickedelman.com.
When you secure your tools in the bed of your truck, or carefully strap down that mattress on moving day, or listen to that inner voice that says, this load of recyclables really needs a cargo net, you're doing your part to help our roads stay clean and safe. Unsecured loads cause 300 crashes each year in Washington. Let's change that. Secure your load for safer roads. Learn how at secureloadswa.org. I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, fruits in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority.
Save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, brakes, and shocks. And as always, get a free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires. Limited time offer while supplies last. Discount applies to a set of 4 select tires and depends on tire size and type. Cannot combine with other offers. Details at leschwab.com/sale.
Breaking up is hard to do. Just when you think you're ready to leave, you talk yourself back into staying. And when it comes to your wireless carrier, you know you should have left a while ago. You're over the big 3 carriers. You deserve better. Xfinity Mobile, the carrier rated #1 customer satisfaction. Now you can get unlimited with 5G included for just $30 a month when you get 4 lines. $30 for all the flexibility you could ask for on the nation's fastest, most reliable network. That's the kind of relationship you want to be in, where there's give and take. We give you unlimited data for $30. You take it everywhere you go. So break free from the big 3 and switch to Xfinity Mobile to start saving.
Take the Savings Challenge at xfinitymobile.com/mysavings or visit an Xfinity store to learn how our Switch Squad makes it easy to switch to Xfinity Mobile and Internet together and save hundreds. Savings compared to top 3 carriers. Xfinity Internet required. Reduced speeds at 20 gigabytes per line. Most reliable based on Root Metrics US report. Results vary, not an endorsement.
Buying or selling a home should be easier. Don't do it the old-fashioned way. Use Farah. Go to Farah.com. Faira.com. Real estate, real smart. Cairo Radio, continuing coverage.
My mom called me this morning saying that there's a shooting.
A mass shooting at the light rail yard in San Jose, California today. The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office says the suspect is dead. Investigators are still working to determine the number of victims who were fatally shot or injured. We'll bring you more details as they become available. Police reform bills stalled in Congress. The family of George Floyd among those pushing for change.
Say his name.
The family met with President Biden yesterday on the 1-year anniversary of Floyd's death at the hands of a Minneapolis police officer. In a case often compared to Floyd's, we will find out tomorrow whether any officers will face charges in the death of Manuel Ellis, the state attorney general, says he'll announce a decision. A Pierce County medical examiner ruled that Floyd, who was restrained by Tacoma cops, died of suffocation, but that drugs also played a role. Doctors with the state health department say it is too soon to draw a link between COVID vaccines and individuals who suffered swelling of the heart. Dr. Scott Lindquist today said it could just be coincidence.
We are very, very early in this investigation, and I don't have any certainty that this is cause and effect.
The CDC continues to investigate. King County approves a massive spending plan that includes its 7th COVID emergency spending plan. More from Cairo Radio's Hannah Scott.
Council Budget Chair Judy Colwell says this is historic.
Larger by about $200 million than all previous King County COVID budgets combined.
One of the most important investments in the behavioral health situation, according to Councilmember Rod Dembowski.
Significant increases in diagnosed depression, in suicides, in substance use.
Other investments include more than $250 million for food security, rental assistance, $117 million for ongoing vaccination efforts, and another $114 million for the public health response.
State entomologists are trying to stop Asian giant hornets who are spotted in Whatcom County from spreading. And they want you to call if you see one of those large tiger-striped insects.
I would rather sort through all of those reports of harmless insects just to get that one report of an Asian giant hornet.
They tell Cairo 7 TV the hornets are not native to the Northwest and they kill beneficial bees. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 78 points, NASDAQ ahead 87. On to Cairo Radio Real-Time Traffic, here's Emery Martin.
We've got a spin out in Canyon Park this morning, and State Patrol is on the scene, blocking the left-hand lane northbound 405 at 527. Olympia to Tacoma is taking you 30 minutes. We're still seeing delays on northbound 167 as drivers work their way into Pacific, with slowing on northbound 405 between Talbot and Northeast 64th. Northbound 5 drivers aren't quite out of the woods yet. Still heavy between Albro and the Convention Center, with slowing southbound 5 into Alderwood. Cairo Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Emery Martin.
Join the all-new Emerald Queen Casino Players Club and open up a world of exciting perks all month long. Only at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Your Cairo Radio forecast calls for mostly dry conditions today with highs in the mid to upper 60s. It's 55 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Cairo Radio News. Tell your smart speaker to play Cairo Radio here for what's next.
Welcome back to the G and Ursula Show. Happy Wednesday to all of you. One of the great things about having G in studio is that I get to hear him read aloud some of the text messages that we get during the break. And one was from someone who said she or he feels very sorry for Lillian.
Yeah, 253 says, what if you really want to be romantic, sleep in the car? Oh, Lillian, I feel for you, young lady. I mean, you guys...
Because I brought up that if you go to Leavenworth, there's this place called The Post, and it's a fantastic spa/hotel if you want to splurge. And then you said, or if you want to be romantic, skip the splurge and stay in your car. I'm thinking, wow.
Well, you and the 253 need to hear me out better.
Okay.
I wasn't saying that the splurge is from sleeping in the car. I'm saying if you really want to splurge, sleep in the car to save on your stay, then that money can be used to, participate in other buy things and gifts and all those things. See, sometimes you got to make sacrifices in some areas so you can,
So I think that is another difference between the two of us. I'm more of an experienced person, and you like maybe some of the bling and such.
Well, you like trinkets.
Right? I do. I know. That's right. Okay, so here is the next subject that we want to tackle. And for many of you who are still getting those extra $300 in federal benefits, there is a question as to how long they should continue. As of right now in our state, they will continue through Labor Day, and then that's when it's going to end. But there are 23 states, including Florida and Texas, that will soon be stopping the extra cash payments. Most will do so the last week of June, and again, in our state, that extra $300 will continue going out until September 6th. So how do you feel about it? Because as you know, the reason we're asking this is that there are many, many, many businesses, every single business I've gone into in the past couple of weeks, these same small business owners that we were worried about going under during the pandemic are now saying, I can't get people to work.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna go on a little ride here. It's easier to say that a lot of people are lazy than it is to say that a few people are greedy. Let me explain that. $300 a week extra in unemployment has been looked at as a handout, if you will, like, oh, here's their handout, they're lazy, they're getting all these things. But the $1.9 trillion tax cuts, $800 billion in PPP, those type of things are considered a stimulus, if you will. Here's where I'm going. Sometimes when we have this conversation, we always talk about the majority of people. And when the majority of people in this country don't have the amount of money that the small amount of people in this country have. As a matter of fact, they control most of it. Now, my thoughts on the $300, I do think that they are going to have to stop this. I do agree with that because all it's doing is, for some people, it is just extending it out to when that bubble is going to burst. And when that bubble bursts, there's going to be a lot of people that won't have that $300 extra a week to fall on. So as of right now, if they were to let things play out, I believe it would end June 26th. Is that right?
In some cases, so like Alabama's June 19th, Alaska's June 12th. I mean, they're all over the place.
But if they extend it,
in which state are you talking?
I'm just saying. Here's when
we're here until September 6th.
Okay, we're good until September 6th.
Yeah, we're not changing.
Then leave it alone. Let it be done. Let it play out until September 6th. That's where I'm going to stand.
So you brought up a great point because but I look at it as two different things. You brought up a great point because I've also, in many of my conversations, have heard from people who talk about the PPP and, oh my gosh, I got a PPP, I hope I don't have to pay it back. They're not the ones who are struggling. The people that I hear this from are not struggling, whereas you're talking about whether an additional $300 a week should be cut off. So I didn't even think about that until right now. But my concern is if we just let it go all the way out to September 6th, then they're going to, or some of these people, and I don't want to do a large swath, as you said, I don't believe it's because everyone's lazy. I think it's because, in some cases, childcare. I think that's something that you have brought up, Chef, that it's more expensive to go back to work, or if you go back to work, you're not going to make the money that you were making prior to the pandemic.
Hours are cut.
So that's not being lazy, it's just a rational financial decision.
Yeah. So maybe the better approach would be, if you're going to wait all the way, some states are saying, hey, we're going to offer you financial incentives to go back to find work sooner. So those would include like Arizona, Montana, New Hampshire, and then other states, including Hawaii, are saying, okay, you're going to have to prove that you're still trying to find work. Right, so that you don't wait and then start looking, and maybe that's a better, middle ground solution versus just doing a flat-out cutout. Which I think President Biden was asked about it, and the federal government can't do anything about these states that decide that they're going to shorten it. That's the state's prerogative. But the president says we're going to make it clear that anyone collecting unemployment who is offered a suitable job must take that job or lose their benefits, and that is the law.
That seems to be a rational approach to me. I think the problem with this debate is it's being split into two sides, basically. One side is saying people are being disincentivized to work and they're choosing not to go back to work because they're lazy. The other side is saying, look, you just need to pay people more to get back to work. And if you actually just raised wages, put minimum wage at $15 an hour, you would have no problem hiring employees. It is not that simple as either side. Here is the deal. Most of the workers or most of the businesses that can't find workers are restaurant, retail, bars, etc. The type of jobs that do pay minimum wage. However, regardless of when the restrictions end, I do not think that most of society is ready to go back and populate restaurants, bars, retails, and spend the same way that they were pre-pandemic. If I'm a restaurant worker and I know that I'm going to be coming back to a job where I'm on call 3 days a week, I might have 2 scheduled shifts, and I have no idea what the capacity is and what my earnings will be, there's no way that I'm going to get off unemployment with that uncertainty. Now, if you can guarantee that everyone in society is ready to resume activities like they were pre-pandemic, I could count on those shifts. The problem is most people are not.
Well, I'll end with this one, Ursula. Chef, I remember back in 2012, and I went to go get food assistance. And I remember the shame and embarrassment I felt to get that whopping $178 a month is what I qualified for food assistance. And then I looked this morning and I see Senate right now is preparing a $10 billion bailout fund for Jeff Bezos' space firm. So here 1 minute I'm feeling horrible about getting $178 of food assistance. And Jeff Bezos, they are preparing a $10 billion bailout. But hey, you know what? I'm lazy. Coming up next, we talk about, is it okay to tell someone, hey, you look like you've lost weight, you look great? We'll discuss that next. It's Gene Ursula.
It's Rachel Bell, and if you're like me, you love listening to podcasts while you're cooking. And when your hands are covered in cookie dough, you can ask your smart speaker to play a Cairo podcast, like your last meal. And we are giving away special Cairo Radio smart speakers all month long.
It's one a day for the month of May. Text SMART to 98973 to find out how you can enter your name in the daily drawing and stream your favorite shows at home with your brand new Cairo Radio Smart Speak. Contest and rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español? Hablo. It's hablo? Yes. It's hablo.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel to our real-life situations.
The app is so easy to use and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Recovering from a serious accident is hard. Hospital bills, insurance adjusters, even getting around can be difficult, but searching for a lawyer should not be. Read Chris Davis's new book, The Smart Consumer's Guide to Hiring a Great Lawyer. Get a free copy at hiringagreatlawyer.com.
Guardian Roofing's team of roof experts are ready to help you now. Now offering 0 down, 0 payments for 12 months, and 0% interest on large roof repairs and replacements. Visit us online 24/7 at guardianroofing.com.
On approved credit.
For over 150 years, one name has consistently been recognized as the Northwest leader in fine home furnishings. That name? Schoenfeld. Hi, I'm Bob Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld Interiors continues that legacy, offering exquisite, handmade, North American and Italian contemporary furniture curated from the finest manufacturers. Come visit our inspiring showroom and experience exceptional products in displays that will elevate your senses, where you can touch all the fabrics, finishes, metals, stones, and woods we have to offer. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, all customizable. Let our amazing design team help you with any project, large or small, simple or complicated, creating something you and your family will love and enjoy for years. Come in now during our anniversary sale and enjoy tremendous savings throughout our showroom. Our anniversary sale ends May 31st, so don't miss this opportunity. Imagine the possibilities. Schoenfeld Interiors, Bellevue.
Feel positive and boost confidence with a full head of hair. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment is incredibly easy, and your new hair starts growing back the very next day. They address my bald spot, and the results are truly life-changing. Advanced Hair's standard of care exceeds CDC guidelines, and they guarantee that your new hair will grow too. Schedule your free consultation, 425-449-8185. Get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. AdvancedHair.com.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, a veteran made of conviction. He believes if you're going to do something, you should do it right. Like measuring twice, cutting once. So when a hailstorm hit his house, and his car, USAA reached out to him before he could even inspect the damage. Martin said, That's how you do it right. His roof and car were fixed up before his neighbor could even get started. USAA Insurance is made the way members like Martin and his family need it. With hassle-free claim service to help get you back to normal fast. Save more when you bundle home and auto. Get a quote today at usaa.com/insurance. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Product, membership eligibility, and bundling savings restrictions apply and are subject to change. United Services Automobile